ready to shoot.
I'll tear their asses up. I think I got...
Dead. All of them. That guy spotted.
Solid work.
There's a shithead over there. All clear, boss.
Hi. Relax. No need to be afraid. If you're able to shed some light on this, it'd be much appreciated.
Right now, I've told you everything I know.
Thanks for all your help. Going someplace?
Sentinel patrols are getting close. We need to relocate.
You must have hurt him pretty bad to have them come after you. What's an outfit like that doing on Aroa anyway?
There was that bombing on Skeltech.
I've heard of it. I haven't heard too many details, though. What do you know?
I'm sorry, Nomad. I'm very busy. Excuse me.
Daigoro's hiding something. I just need to find out what.
Got a hostile. I see one there. Maneuvering to the target. Closing some distance. Ready, boss. Target locked. Ready here. Find, fix, or forget. Gone.
Come on, I need a visual. Shoot those assholes.
Get some.
Dead asshole.
Maneuvering now, boss. Ready, Ghost Lead. All targets are dead.
Well done.
Enemy location there. Let's check for intel.
This is a waste of time. There ain't shit out here. Hey man, all good on my side. Nothing up from here. Race to wipe them out. Honestly, I don't really care more than long as I can show them.
On your toes. We got hostiles nearby. Got one. Over there. Bad guy spotted. Let me get in position. Get the word, boss. Moving to position. Heavy in sight. Moving to acquire. Ready to shoot on your mark. Target's down.
Nice shooting.
Acquiring target. Set here. Got the target in sight. We're good, boss.
Good hits. Oh.
ID in enemy position. Moving to the target. Prepared to fire. Ghost Lead. Targets eliminated.
Rock and roll.
The Sentinel would like to remind you that if you see any unusual activity, you are required to report it immediately.
Hey, what do you want?
Roger, moving. Roger, getting in position. Get the word, boss. I'm on the target. Getting in position.
What's up,
Standing by
Faye?
to fire.
The Sentinel Corp would like to remind you that all autonomous vehicles will be deactivated until martial law is lifted.
Moving to engage, Ghost Lead. Ready here. Nailed him. All
Good
clear
hits.
here. Heads up, bad guys are close.
Anything I should know today, Faye?
Maneuvering to the target. Let me get in position. Ready, Ghost Lead. Copy, boss. Moving. Ready to shoot on your mark. Target's down. Target area clear. We need to pay attention to any intel we can find.
What's the latest, Faye?
The Sentinel Corp would like to remind you that in the face of pain, there are no heroes.
Are you alright?
I'm in one piece. I found a workshop. Maybe it was yours? There were some blueprints that Paula had drawn.
There isn't time. That Sentinel platoon took some of our supplies. Critical supplies. We won't survive without them. Please, help us get them back and take them to our rally point.
Alright, fine. But I'm hanging on to these documents.
Is this how you imagined it?
Enemy position marked there. ID to breacher. I got a hostile over there. Moving to engage. Moving to position. Standing by to fire. I'm set to take out the target. Set here. We're good, boss.
Nice shooting.
On your toes, everyone. We got hostiles in the area. Shit, Recon.
That motherfucker. Enough of Madeira's battery power here to blow up the entire island. Where the hell is that son of a bitch, Daigoro?
He went to the South Cape whaling station to see his sister. What's wrong?
Don't worry. Daigoro will hear all about it.
Is this how you imagined it?
Where's your Worm River brother?
Nomad, are you okay?
Wait! Wait! You piece of shit. You tell a motherfucker when you have him chased down a truck full of explosives. Who are you trying to kill me? Huh? And what's up with these blueprints? You into engineering? Or you just bombed the shit out of 30 people?
Don't hurt him! Please, just let me explain!
Don't tell me this was your idea.
Now wait. Just
You're a
wait.
fucking terrorist and you try to blow my ass up!
It was a mistake, okay? He got scared. The building was supposed to be empty. The lab was supposed to be empty. We were given bad information.
You two are idiots. So are all the rest of your outcasts.
The future must be human.
Project Deus wants to make computers that's smarter than we are.
What about Paula Madeira? She gave you those blueprints?
No. Daigoro figured out how to use her energy cells as an incendiary device. We kept it secret from her. Especially after we killed those people. Paula is too important to us.
Are you still gonna kill us?
Stupid is as bad as evil. But with Sentinel out there, I need you. Still, I'm gonna tell Paula what you and your sister did.
Brute Squad? Tell her I'm sorry.
Change things here as long as we keep at it. This is how you give up.
Hey, you.
Leave me alone. I don't have energy for a fight.
Look, I'm not here to fight. But I have to tell you. Haruhi and Daigoro. They bombed that Skeltech lab.
I heard the rumors. But Haruhi and Daigoro would never hurt anyone.
You know, they didn't mean to.
But they did. I always thought... I don't know, someone was trying to set them up. Make them look like terrorists.
And they used one of your energy cells as the bomb. Daigoro was able to adapt the technology. And Sentinel... they figured out how to do the same thing.
Oh, hell.
You gonna be okay?
You know that phrase, the truth will set you free?
Yeah, I've read it.
It's not true. I know what Jace has done for my husband. And I know what Haruhi has done with my technology. Let's go to Jace.
You ever think you'd be fighting in a guerrilla war? Is this what you thought it'd be like?
Now you heal up quick.
Everything but my pride.
What the hell, Paula? You're going with Brute Squad? Back to Skell?
You used my work to kill 30 people. I can't stay.
Jay Skell is a fucking monster!
What does that make you? Look what you've become.
I turned myself into the person who could fight this fight. You're just giving up?
No, I am choosing my battles. Ready to go.
Wait, please, Sentinel! We found out that they have 3 of your batteries. They've learned how to turn them into explosives.
They have lots of explosives.
These batteries are tiny. They can be put into very little drones to make very big booms. Sentinel plans to set them off in the entertainment district to frame us.
False flag operations.
Definitely sounds like Stone.
Yeah.
Stay. And we can fix this together.
No. Tell me where they are, and I will fix this.
Fine.
Not without me. And I know where the schematics are. I want to destroy them.
So Project Deus. That sounds ominous. What can you tell me?
Look, I'd really prefer not to talk about it.
I get that you're not a fan, but why all this? A rebellion over a rich guy's pet project? It doesn't track.
What's there to track? Apparently, during their giant asshole convention, the meatheads at Skeltec came up with a way to cheat death. Project Deus is their elitist method of transferring the minds of the richest 0.1% into computers. It's not hard to figure out where that leaves the rest of us. So excuse me if I'm a little pissed off.
It sounds like Project Deus is something people are really putting their hearts into. Yeah, I mean, it sounds a little bizarre, but maybe in the long run it'll do some good.
You've got to be kidding. Every one of these people have spent their lives squeezing profit out of other people's sweat and blood. And right after they've gifted themselves immortality, I'm supposed to believe that they'll start caring about other people's best interests? I'm not buying that brand. It's in the name, Brute Squad. Project Deus isn't about cheating the god of death, it's about becoming him. For these people, it means absolute power. That's what the outcasts are fighting against.
Your people look like they're barely holding it together.
What, you mean these nerd farmers aren't ready for Brute Squad boot camp? It was hard enough turning these pocket-protecting 4-H'ers onto vandalism, but infiltration and sabotage? It's a goddamn miracle that we've survived this long. But we're not fooling ourselves. We know at the end of the day, we're just standing with our fingers in a dike.
Yeah, well, the tide's coming in. Surviving off the grid is one thing, but if you don't start punching above your weight, you're gonna get slaughtered. If you don't think your lot's up for that, best thing would be to scatter to the wind.
If not us, then who?
Let me ask you something. Why South Cape Station? Liberty's right next door, and it wouldn't take much for Sentinel to surround you and cut you off from everything.
It's rare that outcast cells stay put more than a few days. Nature of the beast, I guess. With this place, we were just looking for something more permanent where we could stockpile supplies and safeguard assets. The landfill keeps away Sentinel and Skeller tourists from the capital. We're right near to our fields of operation and close enough to Sentinel that we won't show up on radar. As far as security's concerned, the Creek does a decent job of keeping us hidden, and looking out at the cabins is a bonus.
How did Sentinel Corp take control of Varroa?
Skell hired them to deal with us initially once he realized that he had some resistance against transhumanism, his own private militia. They started making arrests, so a few of us went to ground and our sympathizers followed, thinking they'd leave us alone once we were outside of the cities.
But they didn't?
Stone got permission to operate outside Liberty and Infinity, and Skell let him set up shop in the Cold War installations to patrol the wild. Once they got there, they did just enough to keep us at bay, while using us as cover to bring in men and vehicles, which he hid from Skell in some underground bunkers, which of course are now called Camp Ferret and Camp Weasel.
Son of a bitch has a sense of humor.
We were watching the whole thing happen. And when they grew strong enough, they took over. They literally came up out of the ground. Skell had no idea what hit him.
Came across some soldiers in masks. Know anything about them?
Wolves. They're elite and they answer directly to Walker. We noticed them around after Sentinel Corp took over. My guess is they were hidden in one of the underground bases before then. They're bad news from what I can tell. But they mostly just run drills and ignore us altogether, so we do the same.
Where can I find them, if I were inclined?
Don't know why you would be, but they've got a few little fortresses around. Biggest one is Shark Base, an old US sub-base dug into a cliff on the south coast. Wolves keep a close eye on it, so nobody knows what's in there.
If I was looking for a fight, where should I go?
With Sentinel Corp, you that hard up?
Trigger finger needs its exercise.
Well, Sentinel patrols the city centers and industrial complexes pretty heavily, though there's always civilians around, so I'd keep away from those if you can help it. Then there's the settlements they built when they first got here, in the southwest and northeast, where they keep their reserve garrison and store resources.
That sounds like more fun than anybody should be allowed to have.
If you're looking for more of a skirmish, you could check out one of Auroa's many Cold War-era bunkers left courtesy of Uncle Sam. They also set up some transportable structures and took over some Skell architecture. Basically, if you see a green storage container-looking thing, Sentinel's probably nearby. Of course, if you don't feel like looking that hard, they patrol most of the island 24/7, so you could just pick a spot and wait.
I want to know about the bombing.
It was a mistake.
There was nothing strategic about the Skell Foundation. It was an office building. You weren't even at war yet, so why do it at all?
Attention? Skelltech completely ignored us when we tried to meet with them about transhumanism. We've been getting the runaround in Auroa's parliament, who were a bunch of Skelltech groupies anyway. There was no other way to get people to wake up about what was really happening.
Well, you're the reason Skell brought Sentinel Corp to Auroa. Is he awake enough for you?
Skell deserves what he's getting. At least there's justice in that. But no. I didn't want this.
Is it over? Or do you plan on playing terrorists some more?
We aren't terrorists. We were activists who went too far. Now I'm not sure what we are. But causing civilian casualties again would destroy whatever ethical glue is still holding us together.
How do the outcasts manage to sustain themselves out here?
Barely. None of us have the skills or equipment to farm or fish. Even if we did, it'd bring us a boatload of attention that we couldn't afford. Once in a while, a civilian will leave some food at a dead drop, but it's risky and never much. Best bet's always to steal from farms and raid Sentinel supplies, but of course they're protected. Then there's still the matter of getting the supplies out to as many cells as possible while avoiding detection.
Nobody thinks about food at first. That's why so many groups who call themselves revolutionaries end up as bandits. Even if you don't think it's possible now, you'll want to be careful you don't drift that way. I was out at Darkwood Island. It looked like Skell built a city and abandoned it. Unless he's planning on turning Auroa into a movie backlot, I can't quite figure out why he'd do something like that.
How else would he test the AI in his drones? The archipelago is chock full of dedicated training fields.
God damn it. The ones training there were combat models. Sentinel's building a whole army. Did you know anything about Madeira's husband being kept in the cryo chambers in eternity?
I knew he had ALS, of course, and how difficult it was for Paula when he went into a coma 5 years back. Hate to say it like this, but it seemed to me that Paula had moved on. I was surprised as shit when I heard he was still alive.
Even Skell's got his good points.
Hitler liked art.
Really? Hitler?
Skell was playing God. Just because he helped out a friend one time doesn't make him any less dangerous. Almost glad he never found a cure. He'd have had Madeira forever, not to mention something to sell for a fortune. You want to work with Skell? I can't stop you. But you'd better make sure you're using him and not the other way around.
I've dealt with a few snakes in my time. Skell's nothing special.
Whatever. You're gonna do what you want to do, so he's your problem. But don't let him become mine. If he ever compromises the outcasts, even you won't be able to protect him from me.
What's up with the security center?
It's a security center?
A penitentiary in Skell's personal paradise of freedom?
It popped up pretty much right after the outcasts started kicking up dust about Skell's agenda. They sold it to Parliament as a place to hold troublemakers before they could be transferred off the island. But of course, when Sentinel showed up, Skell handed them the keys to help them with their peacekeeping. Weirdly, Sentinel didn't really use it. Not sure if it was too small or what. Most outcast and civilian inmates get sent up to the prison that used to be the survival shelters in Good Hope Mountain.
See you later, Haruhi.
Not if I see you first, Brute Squad.
Back at Skell orientation, we'd end up here.
You ever wonder what's on the other side of all this?
Get going. I'll find a way to catch up.
Who are you exactly?
I'm just stranded in Aroa, like everybody else.
But you knew Cole Walker. You served with him?
Once upon a time. After that cargo ship sank and Daroa went dark, my unit was sent here to recon the Big Island. Our chopper got taken out by drones.
Is it just you?
There are a few more of us around the island, but we're outnumbered and outgunned.
Behind enemy lines and surrounded.
There's a saying about paratroopers. By definition, every time they jump in, they're surrounded.
But you lost some people.
Yeah. Are things gonna be cool between you and Jace?
I don't know. We'll see.
Take the ride. I'll find my own.
Come on.
Get out of here. I'll find you.
You sure you want to destroy the schematics? There is some good that could come from your invention.
I'm too afraid of what Sentinel can do. We need to get to the Red Weasel outpost.
Got it. A drone tracking virus to build.
Hey. Glad to see you in one piece.
More or less. Why didn't you tell me what you were doing for David?
Man, I don't know. I didn't want to say anything if we didn't get any results.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Of course. I mean, thanks, my friend.
Look, things have been kind of intense for me. I'm not used to someone saving my life so often.
It was an intense few days, huh?
It's not how I'm used to spending my time.
See you around?
Definitely. Okay, let's fix the mess I started. How far are you?
Basically, it's the architecture. It's giving me trouble.
You are hopeless without me. You got some work to do.
I suppose you got tricked into inviting private military contractors to Aroa.
Well, I mean, not exactly. We're self-governing.
You used to be.
Okay, we used to be. We needed security. Not just as a police force, but as security. At least that's what Miles got me to finally admit.
Against pirates and the mole men and such.
Our drone security was limited. It still is. If unauthorized people land, we would know about it, but we couldn't do anything about it.
You're obviously not afraid of squatters. You were afraid of corporate spies?
We do get spies from time to time. Don't tell the shareholders, but the more our tech discoveries are disseminated throughout the world, the better off it'll be. But I was worried about the safety of our staff, the bombing. I just never imagined the antibiotics would be more deadly than the illness. Sentinel snuck a private army into the abandoned U.S. military complexes. Stone's been planning this takeover from day one. My colleague, Ayana Puri, who dealt with this, certainly has a better picture.
The Outcast bombing must have hit you pretty hard.
Maybe you read about it. I lost my wife in the September 11th attack on the World Trade Center.
Sorry, I didn't know. I guess I can't blame you for bringing in Stone and Sentinel.
Do you know what it feels like to lose someone?
Yeah, I do.
You get all torn up inside. You get to feel like you're falling, but it's an endless fall. You grab hold of anything you can.
So, what am I grabbing hold of now?
I don't know. Us. We need you, Nomad. But you probably need us every bit as much.
I met a lot of Skeltech employees who are mad at you.
The Outcast. Sentinel hasn't taken care of them yet?
They're naive, but they can learn. They can do some good for the island.
They're small-minded, fearful. If they think the world is going to destroy them, it will.
Well, we need them, so maybe we can change their minds.
Some people don't change, Nomad.
But some of them do. You healed up from the bombing attack? I mean, in your head?
Yeah, well, I had to deal with the aftermath. First team to inspect the site. I still remember all those broken windows, shattered shards of glass. I kept thinking, we can fix those. We can fix those. I got the windows fixed, but I stopped scheduling non-vital meetings in the Skell Foundation head office. It's different than when you see something on TV. It's just reporters and sirens. It's the smell. So acrid it singes your nostrils, like the energy around you has been sucked away, you know?
Yeah, I do.
And the bombers were never caught. We never knew if another one was coming. We suspected the outcast, but now that Sentinel's taken over, I wonder.
And you're the one asked Sentinel to step in.
Yeah, that's on me.
Are you and Paul okay now?
I hope so. I've known her almost her whole adult life, you know?
You're kind of her mentor.
A mentor's more than a boss. More than a friend, even. I've guided her entire career. I don't want her to feel betrayed.
She's here now. That's something. That's at least a start. Stay out of trouble.
Focus is my forte.
Skell told me about a hospital in Liberty. What can you tell me about it?
It's one of the best in the world, for starters. Everything is state-of-the-art. They're even using AI to help make diagnoses. They do a lot of groundbreaking work, cyber prosthetics, cosmetic surgery, well-being therapy. And the best part is, it's all free to anyone on Aroa.
I'll have to remember that if I need to get patched up.
You might want to make an appointment before you go. There's been a lot more patients since Sentinel took over.
I bet it doesn't help that there's no way to get doctors or supplies in with the island on lockdown.
Even worse, Sentinel soldiers get priority. They get real suspicious of any civilians coming in with injuries. Now people are afraid to see a doctor because they're afraid of being interrogated.
Thanks for the help, Fox. I'll see you later.
You ever think about the old days?
Later, brother.
Later.
Are you ready for this fight?
Hey, Nomad. I got something you might find interesting.
I'll see you around.
You be safe out there.
Yes, ma'am.
I should have whatever you need. And maybe a few things you didn't know you needed.
You think this is how things were going to go in Sentinel? We had a successful island birth. Crazy to think about it. Coming out here then. It was nothing.
Take care, kid.
Those fools can call him a genius all they want.
How come you didn't mention the outcasts before?
Outcasts? They're just disgruntled Skeltech folks, having an attack of conscience. They mostly just make noise, loud protests and theatrics.
Haven't you got an enemy in common?
Whatever Skell does to the rest of the world's got nothing to do with us. And if the outcasts have something they want to atone for, that's their business. We were here before all of them, and we'll be here after.
Looks like the outcasts are just stupid protest kids with too much high explosive.
What are you talking about?
They never meant to kill anyone.
Is that supposed to be an excuse?
No, but they're trying. Grow up, I guess.
They need to do a lot of that.
They've got people everywhere. You've got people here. We need them. They'll get better.
I hope so.
You heard. Jace Skell's been bleeding cash trying to cure the disease that Paula's husband's got.
I don't get why that's a big deal.
Nobody's tried to cure it before because not enough people have it. Jace could spend millions on a cure and never see a profit.
Well, I guess he never did seem like a money-grubbing Scrooge.
I'll talk to you later.
See ya.